Hello everyone, it's Lexer Mogul, and a little bit of a late upload. This was supposed to be yesterday's battle video, but some things came up and I was really busy, and it didn't happen until today. But anyways, we're back. I'm playing my very classic Rush Explosion deck. I am building a new deck because I did get a bunch of online packs, and I am trying to basically build kind of a competitive deck. 3 mulligans. I think I remember this one was 3 mulligans before I got something. Yeah, 3 mulligans before I got something. This is miserable. And 2 catchers in my hand, in my starting hand, makes it very undesirable to use the Juniper. So, anyways, the guy draws gets to draw 3 extra cards. Not great. I realize it's probably some kind of plasma deck, so this will be fun. Anyways, like I was saying, enjoy. And here we go. Plays a Sharon and plays a I don't even know what it's called, a Panseer. And I was just thinking, maybe this deck isn't as competitive as that. Maybe it's not in the metagame, because a Chimchar isn't really competitive. But it's very interesting. And I decided to catch her because I feel like it's a big waste to Juniper both catchers. But I do have to catch her because I have a pretty dead hand. So the new one comes up, I get a Cleffa and a Reshiram, which is pretty good. I decided to undo the Cleffa actually, because I'm going to communicate it away. Cleffa, in this new format, it used to be good, but right now it's just a huge like bait, just for catcher bait. It's 30 hit points. Even sniping can get rid of it, so it's really tricky. Team Rocket's Trickery is it's a out of rotation card. So I've realized now that this isn't actually a Team Plasma deck. It's just a regular deck with the Team Plasma card. Team Rocket's Trickery is annoying because it is one of the older supporters that lets you discard one of your opponent's cards. And I guess that's a perfect hand disruptor, although your opponent does get to choose. Gets back in my own game and he plays a catcher. I evolved a Quilava, and I decided best to use a Collector, just to get out the Pokemon that I need. So I decided to take a Cyndaquil and a Mewtwo, just because the situation looks dire right now, and I feel like it's safe to take out the Mewtwo, because it doesn't really seem like it's going to be a very big attacker anywhere anyways. So, I play all 3, and I attach a Rescue to Reshiram, and I end turn. I have a plus power in my hand, which is a very dead hand, and I would actually really like a supporter next turn. Probably won't get one, but definitely a supporter would be very useful at this point. I get a double colorless, which isn't bad. I attach it to Mewtwo, and Mewtwo is ready to attack. But at this point, I cannot do anything until I can find a way to get that Reshiram out of the attacking spot. Either I get more energy, importantly, fire, or I retreat. I notice that he's building a Reshiram on top, on his bench. A Mareep is also rocking a Heatmore, and a Thundurus, the Tornadus or Thundurus? I don't even know. Tornadus it is. Tornadus EX. I ended my turn just because I got a Reshiram EX and nothing else, and as you know, I have a full bench, so it's not quite useful right now. I get the energy I needed, so I decide not to retreat and Outrage for 20. Not great, because no damage has been done to me yet, but it's not a bad kind of beginning, because it does seem like I'm going to be pretty comfortable. He plays Professor Elm's Trading Method and gets the Simisear and evolves it. And that basically stalls it for a little longer because it gives it more hit points, and he realizes that I can't really attack it for more than 20. Attaches, and I get an extra fire energy, and I'm debating whether I should attach this somewhere else or attach it to Reshiram and just knock it out. I do notice that I don't have any Typhlosion right now, so I decide not to do it because I have no way to retrieve those energy. So I actually pay the hefty 2 retreat cost, and I retreat. That was counting to see if I had enough energy to knock it out. I actually don't, so I plus power to knock it out with an X-Ball. And I take the first prize of the game. He promotes his Reshiram. I notice that I get a Pokemon Communicator, which is really great, because I will be able to communicate the EX that I don't need for something I really need, like a Typhlosion, for example. And does a crazy 120 to me, which is bad news. actually bad news. What do I end up getting? I get the Typhlosion I need, obviously, just to start being able to do the energy acceleration. I Juniper for a fresh hand of 7, which is a very pretty sight. I decided to take the risk with Mewtwo anyways, because I noticed that everyone else doesn't really have any energy on his bench. So I attack. I decide to basically use Afterburner, stack up my Mewtwo. It's basically doing 100 damage now, just by itself, but because the Reshiram has 2 energy on it, it's just enough to knock it out. So that's good for me. I get a second rare candy, but no Typhlosion to evolve. So not the best hand. Obviously, this deck won't do very well competitively nowadays, just because it's just not very good. But he looks like he's ready to attack with Tornadus EX. So I think he might get his first EX. Pull. He actually passes, which is surprising to me because he actually has enough energy to attack. I get a DCE and I think about it, and then I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, you can see I'm counting my energy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 3, 4, 6. Yeah, I have 8 energy, which is doing 160. Right now, I'm going to try to push for a plus power. I don't. I do have a junk arm to use though. I end up not using it. I end up using the Afterburner, and I can X-Ball it just for enough to knock it out and get 2 prizes. Which is really great. It was also really risky. That was a really big misplay on my part. I should not have attached that double colorless to the other Reshiram. I know my logic was that I wanted to be ready to attack in case Mewtwo gets knocked out, but in reality, I basically should not have attached the double colorless to Reshiram, just because I ran a big risk of not being able to use Afterburner on Mewtwo to get enough energy. So right now, I'm overloaded with energy. Mewtwo is doing 120 damage right now with 6 energy attached to it. Technically 6, even though it's just 5 because of double colorless. Plays the Plasma Ball. I have a pretty useless hand right now, unless I can find a complicated... it pulls out a Magnezone, so this deck is very interesting for sure. I'm not quite, because I can try to pull out a Junk Arm combination and try to get another Typhlosion, but at this point, I don't think it'll be necessary. Oh, maybe not. He attacks. Luckily, I do have a switch in my hand and a Junk Arm in case I need to get it back. And I actually do end up using the Junk Arm. I Junk Arm the Collector. Oh, wise choice, mister. So I Junk Arm the Collector and the Fire Energy, communicate the Reshiram for the Typhlosion, so I have one more Typhlosion on the bench, so I can basically accelerate my energy a whole ton faster. But I think at this point I pretty much have the game, but I'm gonna just keep playing on to see how it goes. I debate using Afterburner. I actually don't. I end up not using it. I X-Ball for 140 without doing any damage to myself. This is why I think Mewtwo EX is still a very, very good card. I get another Junk Arm, but at this point, I think the game is over. There's no way they can catch up. No offense or anything, but I don't think there's any way that the game can be turned the other way now. I'm 5 prizes down. So I just decide to just attack to end the game. And that is your weekly battle video. Hopefully I'll have a new deck ready by next week. So thank you everyone for watching, and see you later.